Hey YouTube, this is Jeff. Hey, this is my first video that I've posted involving anything Halloween related. But right now it's August 2nd and I'm already thinking about Halloween. So I started a setup in my garage last year and I had such a great time building the props and enjoyed. The kids really liked it. So I'm going to go even bigger this year. But my idea is just pretty simple. There's a lot of videos out there. The other guys have done the same thing, but it's nothing innovative. It's my concept is going to be a skeleton in a rocking chair, and it's going to have a PicoTalk in it, so it's going to be able to talk. And right now, I'm not going to use any servos for the eye movements, but I might add that later. I might even get it done before Halloween. I don't know. I haven't decided, but on this tutorial, I probably won't have the eyes moving. If I do add it, I'll add a video later on that. So also, I want to take this time to say, definitely check out Yard 5's video of this concept, because he did a really great skeleton, and by no means do I think that mine's any better. I took a lot of his ideas, and I think I may even done a couple little things different than he did, but his turned out great, so definitely check out his. He's got a great YouTube channel, and that's Yard 5. Check that out. So anyway, I'm going to show you the materials you're going to need. This project I think it's going to cost me about $300 when I'm all done, which if you go on like Fright Props, they have a talking skeleton that's like $1,200. It's really cool looking, but I'm not going to pay $1,200 for something I can make for a quarter of that. So so I hope it turns out great. Leave some comments, maybe improve on some of the things that I came up with on the design. So all right, I'll show you what I got. Okay, so this is the skeleton I went with. I just went with a skeleton because it was cheap. It was like, I think I heard some people say that you can get these at Costco around Halloween time for like $40 or something like that. I think I paid $50 on Amazon. I'll show you the package here. It's a pose and stay skeleton. So just do a search for that, and you'll be able to find it. I think it's pretty. I mean, it's built really well. I mean, it's durable plastic. All the joints move, and of course on this I'm going to have this thing talk, so I need a movable jaw. So I think for what it is and how cheap it was, I mean, I know some of those other skeletons go for $150, $200, and so this is going to really take the cost down on this project. The rocking chair I got on Craigslist for, I think I paid $20 for it, I think. And the reason I liked it was, for one, it just looks creepy. I mean, my wife, when she saw it, she's like, that's just a creepy looking rocking chair. Why would you buy that? And I said, well, because it's creepy looking, and that's what I want to, that's what I'm trying to do here. And also, you'll notice the back of this area here in the back, it's solid. There's no, and most rocking chairs, you usually have the little piece of the dowel wood's coming down, so that's all exposed. Well, this is going to work out perfect because in the back here, this is going to hide all my electronics, the wiper motor I'm going to use, and whatever else I decide to do here. I think it's going to really hide the back. I think it's a perfect rocking chair. So anyway, so you're going to obviously need those two things, and I'll show you a couple other things you're going to need for this project. One, you're going to need your wiper motor. I got this from Fright Props, and I tell you what, if you've never been to Fright Props and you like building Halloween decorations, you have to go there, because I searched all over to find a wiper motor, and I found some used ones for like $20 or something. This thing was $25. It's brand new. It's very compact. I mean, normal wiper motors seem a lot bigger than this. The ones that I saw anyway. But this thing is so great. It's gonna work perfect, I think. So you're gonna need that. $25 for that. This is a Bootunes, also got from Freight Props. What was this, 125 bucks, I think. But this is going to be pretty much our brains for the operation. The reason I went with this is because I have the ability to trigger the whole mechanism with a PIR, and also this audio. It's got an audio card in it, so you can use various. Like I could have. Instead of having one sequence of the skeleton talking, I can do multiple files in this, I guess. I haven't even read the directions all the way through, but I'm thinking that I could, have different scenarios. So you don't hear the same loop over and over of what the skeleton's going to say. And also you can, for now, I'm going to put some LEDs in the eyes for the skeleton. So whenever the motion sensor is activated, it's going to activate not only the audio, but also the LEDs. And also I can add other lights, I think it's the most versatile thing. I think it's the way. You could also go with a rather regular peekaboo. That's your decision. I think those are about 90 bucks or so. Okay, what else do we got? So, and this is going to be the way we get our skeleton to talk. So right here we have a PicoTalk. This thing's tiny. I thought it was going to be a lot bigger. It's so compact. It's going to fit right in the skull. And what happens is you link your peekaboo just with an audio cable to this, and then your servo goes from the peekaboo and is going to control the jaw movement. I think the peekaboo, this was 60 bucks. Yeah, 60 bucks for that, and like 16 or 15 bucks for that. I actually got the PIR on Amazon for like 10 bucks because Freight Props wanted like 40 bucks for theirs, and I thought that was just a little expensive. So I got this for like 10 bucks on Amazon. So if you want to save yourself a little bit of money, Amazon for that. So I think all in all, you're also going to need some various strips of steel, some threaded rod, and a bunch of different little pieces of hardware. I went to Lowe's and bought all that, but I'll go in more depth on the detail on that when I start building this thing. So, and like I said, my idea, I have a pretty good idea of what I'm going to do, but I don't know, I may completely change this thing as I go. So, all right. Well, the first part is going to be I'm going to get this plywood cut and then start hooking up the wiper motor. Okay, so last night I got the rocker assembly installed. It took me about 2 hours or so. It wasn't too bad, but I just wanted to show you the linkages that I made up here in the back. So, pretty simple setup. You got the motor. And then I've added this at the last minute. I was going to use a threaded rod, but I thought I'd just use the same 1/8 inch stock, steel stock. And so this goes into the back of the skeleton. It's hard to see. I made up a little bracket. You can't really see it from this angle, but I made up a bracket that attaches to the back of the skeleton. So, and then of course you have the long linkage that goes. I just use an L bracket, as you can see, and just some lock washers, or locking nuts. I think I may change these to maybe a pin with a cotter pin in it, because some of these bound up on me last night after running it for a while. So I may change some of that. But this is just a preliminary setup. Also, if you look down here, you'll see I used a threaded eye bolt attached to the chair, and then I have a threaded bolt underneath here, but it was making a lot of noise, so I don't know if I'm going to keep this set up or not, but just to eliminate some of the noise, I put just a piece of 1/2 inch copper pipe in there. And I'll show you this again later, but I'm going to probably change this just to, because it is kind of noisy still. So I'll plug it in and show you what we got so far. So obviously I like from the front, you're going to see most of the front view where I set it up, so it's going to be pretty well hidden. You're not going to be able to see any of the mechanisms. The only thing you might be able to see, barely, is the back rod. But once that's painted and we're in the dark, you won't be able to see that. So I like I'm pretty happy with the movement. I mean, I had to make quite a few adjustments on the length of the rods. But it's a pretty simple setup. I do want to show you this too. You know, on the back here, let's see if I can get a good angle of it. Can I? You know, I actually had to cut. Well, I'll show it to you from the back here. I had to cut a slot for the mechanism. I just used like a roto zip type tool to do that for clearance. It's making a little noise, so I may have to open that up a little bit, but there's the whole mechanism in action. Very simple setup. So got some more work to do, and then I might start on the actual skull. The only thing I'm not happy about on the skull is that it's kind of flimsy, so I'm going to have to do some reinforcing. I've got some tape on his neck there just to keep the skull from moving, but so my next thing I'm going to do probably is open up the top of the skull and start trying to install the PicoTalk and the Servo.